Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is BC. Welcome back to another episode of Supreme Being. I have something very important to talk about today. Somebody said something, and I've heard this maybe a handful of times over the last couple of years from people, and I think it's relevant, right? Where because at times I call people out, or I'll be passionate about a subject, right? Where years ago I was very accountable with myself, and now having grown to be a public figure to a degree, I want to hold other people accountable. They get upset with this type of content saying, oh, well, you're just angry all the time and you're, talking down to people. And it's like, dude, if I want to call something out or hold people or someone or something accountable, right, I have to do this. Okay. Now, I know I've barely ever gotten that comment, but I thought it was relevant today because as much as I can get loud or passionate about what I talk about, this is always coming from a level head. I'm not just ranting, emotionally or just out of nowhere going crazy, right? This is, although not a prepared talk or podcast, by the way, this is Supreme Being, right? It's my podcast. I just happen to be streaming this one on YouTube and Facebook. This isn't like erratic, right? Not premeditated in the sense that I prepared what I'm going to say, but also not just random, I'm going crazy and going on here and talking and going off on rants, right? I don't do that. I want to make that very clear because everything I do is calculated, all right? I titled this Most People Are Pathetic, and I'm going to go over a lot of stuff today, right? It may be a 20-minute podcast, the normal. It might be longer. I don't know. We'll see. I'm on my office computer, and lately it's been kind of acting weird. So if I suddenly disappear, it's because it's shut down, right? Hopefully it doesn't. Most people are fucking pathetic. So let's start with this, right? Right? If you look up to me at all and you want to reach out to me and ask me for help, you schedule a strategy call, you even sign up for my coaching or buy a course, right? If you're going to do that, you've done it or you're considering doing it, right? If you're not committed, do not do it. If you're not willing to do whatever it takes, do not do it. If you want your fucking hand held like you're 3 years old, don't do it. If you want the easy route, don't do it. If your life and what you want to do and what you aspire to be is not absolute priority in your life, don't do it. Don't message me. Don't get on my shit, please, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing the fucking excuses from people. I'm tired of piss poor effort. I'm tired of this and that. I'm tired of you making the newest phone and going to the club and bullshitting yourself and getting Netflix and all those subscriptions priority over what you want to become and getting everywhere in your life. I'm tired of it, right? And I'll tell you to your fucking face. I'll tell you online. I've told it to people in person. I'll tell you when I'm on stage. Those of you who have known me for 10 years know that I'll tell it and give it to you like it should be and it must. So if you're I'm going to dip my toes in the water, I'm going to try, don't even bother fucking messaging me. I'm not for you. This isn't the tribe for you. This isn't the half-ass, no. You're either going to step the fuck up, and it's okay if you don't know and you make mistakes. That's fine. But there's a difference between somebody who's committed, who's willing to fucking figure it out and do whatever it takes, than somebody who's not, right? I remember when I first started posting that I was doing calisthenics. You know how many fucking messages I got from some of you pathetic assholes? You're too old. You're too big. You're too heavy. Your legs are too muscular. All this other bullshit. And I'm making crazy good progress in calisthenics. Why? Because I was fucking committed and I got a coach from day one, which apparently Brian, right? Shout out to Boss. I didn't know, but he works with some big YouTuber called Chris Heria. I didn't know, right? Because I didn't follow people from the fitness world, right? But pretty cool. I got a coach from day one. I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever it takes. Now, am I saying I'm going to be a competitor and be the top? No, I just want to get proficient at it for sure. I want to be pretty damn good and do some of those advanced moves. Right. And I'm making pretty damn good progress. So I'll be posting it on a different channel and you guys will be hearing more about that. But the point is, I made the fucking commitment and I was willing to do whatever it took before I even started. So if the instructor said, hey, you need to pay $200 per session, I would have been like, fuck it. Okay. Fuck it. I would have paid. Right. And how many motherfuckers make excuses? Oh, well, I want to do your coaching, but I have to pay money. And bullshit, bro. It's an excuse. I paid $12,000 my first year for real estate coaching. $12,000. I didn't have the fucking money. I fucking figured it out. I figured that shit out. Stop using money or people or circumstances or environment as a fucking excuse. If that's you, then get off my shit. Don't listen. Don't even try to get better, because the next excuse is going to keep coming. Okay? That's the first piece of this. Most people are fucking pathetic. Is the excuses. I don't want to hear them anymore. Well, I want to do this, but fuck your butt, dude. Take it over there. Because me or anybody else in whatever, whether it's financial, real estate, career, athletics, we've been there. We've gone through the same shit that you went through. We thought just like you. We talked just like you, but we fucking figured it out and we did it. Period. Right? End of story. I don't want to hear it. So don't even bother messaging me or following me or any of that shit if that's your style, because I don't want to fucking hear the excuses. I've been listening to them for fucking 10 years and that's it. I don't want to hear them anymore. Okay? And promptly, I will tell you to go fuck yourself if you send me excuses. Okay? Please try me. Number two, right? Look at what we have allowed to perpetuate in our world. I see this in the business world. I see this in the everyday world. And again, I've seen this worsen over years, right? And I've talked about it more in my intimate, circles, my team, when I go speak, on stage, I've talked about it. I don't really talk about it too much on YouTube and that kind of stuff, right? But look at the world that we live in, where now people, like, listen to the how stupid this fucking is. People will come, like, you look at my YouTube, my Instagram, right? Like my social media platform, right? Motherfuckers think they can come to my YouTube or someone else's and tell them what they can or can't post. Like, just look at that from a basic logical level. Okay? And some people are so fucking stupid, they'll agree with what I just said. Oh, yeah, of course I can come and tell. It's like, okay, yeah, so let me let you in my fucking house and you can piss on my floor. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Stupid. It's literally the same thing. How can someone else truly believe they can go to someone else's social media and tell them what they can say or what they can't say? Now, there's varying degrees to that. Now, why is this a problem? Because you motherfuckers have allowed it, right? Because y'all will clap for people like me who over the last fucking 3 or 4 years have had our social media fucking destroyed. And you won't say shit about it. You won't step up and say something about it and fight these motherfuckers like I have, right? Now, I'm going to give you some tips later on over the next week, couple weeks, in regards to making sure that they don't take your livelihood. Because to a degree, I understand that position. Hey, I don't want to lose my job. I get it, but at the same time, you have a responsibility. You do, especially if you're a fucking man. Because let's be real. There's very few men left on this planet. And I would say the vast majority of them, to some degree, I would say that I've met in person are my friends. Like, it's fucking sad, dude. Like, when I look around, right, it's fucking pathetic. Both sexes. And by the way, just so it's clear, there's only two sexes, right? There's only two fucking genders. Like, let's stop all this fucking nonsense that there's 50,000 fucking genders. Like, again, if you subscribe to that bullshit, unsubscribe from me. Don't fucking come around me. Like, we've already, like, allowed you guys to destroy the fucking consciousness of the planet enough. Take your fucking bullshit and get the fuck out of here, right? Because y'all have completely crossed the line with that bullshit. Like, it's just fucking out of control, right? And again, we've allowed it. Everybody's to blame for that. We've allowed these motherfuckers to do whatever they want. It's sad, but nobody says shit. This is why I say most people are pathetic. For over 3 years now, I've had my shit destroyed. They're literally about to shut down my Instagram. They deleted my Facebook. We're about the 1 year anniversary right now that they deleted my Facebook. They just kicked me off of it and deleted it, right? They demonetized my YouTube and only partially remonetized it right now. My reach is fucking trash, right? Why? The last piece would be my real estate company to come in and start trying to censor me. That would be the last piece, because I don't independently own eXp Realty. And I've had nothing but positive things to say about them, right? But if they stepped over that line, that would be the last piece of this puzzle to complete, right? I mean, it's fucking insane. Right? But those same people who put up with that shit will in the next breath be like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire and I want this, right? But that's that same bullshit mentality that now supposedly has perpetuated society to where random motherfuckers who don't do shit and ain't shit are going around saying, I deserve everything. Brian, me and you are the same. Fuck you. We're not the same, dude. You know how much I've worked on myself? Forget business and money. What I do on a daily basis to better myself as a person, as a human being, and a man. How the fuck are we the same? We're not the same, bro. No. We're born. We both have the same freedom and rights as human beings. Sure, but that's where it ends. You can't say we're the same. You can't say you deserve everything just because you exist. What kind of dumb shit is that? You see? But again, we've allowed motherfuckers who market to come in and take ancient fucking teachings of spirituality and awareness and consciousness and dilute the fuck out of it and create an army and breed of people in the world that are literally fucking idiots that think they know something. Right? Now, again, it's very rare that I come on YouTube and get raw like this because normally they delete it, they flag it, they demonetize it, and they just shove my shit down. Nobody sees my shit anymore, but that's okay. This isn't for the viewership and for the whole world to see it. It's for the few people who are going to tune in. But it needs to be said. Because again, if you're a part of that tribe and you bring that energy, don't even consider, like I'm doing the event, the Distinguished Agent Summit, which is my coaching event, but I'm opening it up to the public and I'm selling tickets. If this is the type of energy you like, get a ticket and show up, even if you're not a part of my shit. I have great speakers. It's going to be fucking great, but no one's going to be censored there. We're not going to pussyfoot around anything. We're going to be open about everything. I had people from all walks of life, top entrepreneurs, real estate investors, people in fucking the diet and health industry. I have some top motherfuckers there, and it's open and it's free. You can cuss if you want. It doesn't matter. We don't play that politically correct fucking nonsense that people put up with and deal with. It's sad. We've allowed them to bring that up, like terms that I've heard that literally don't exist, yet people perpetuate it because we talk about it and we make it real. Like, what have I heard over the last couple of years, even though I think it's stupid and asinine, like toxic masculinity and privilege and all this bullshit. You guys let them fucking create that fucking nonsense and you let them run with it and you engage and you actually give it credit like it exists. The idiots have ushered in more stupidity and you perpetuate that shit. That's why I love when people bring that shit up. I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not even a real word. I don't even acknowledge that fucking nonsense when it comes my way. But what do? We have fucking podcasts about it, right? You bring fucking idiots on your podcast and give them fucking clout just to get views. People who are worth nothing. I mean, think about some of these figures. I don't even know most of them because people bring them up. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? Oh, well, it's this person. It's like, what do? Oh, well, they just did this or that. Like, oh, this chick fucked this guy. That's how she's fucking famous. Like, and you guys give them a platform? That's everybody's fault. I mean, look at our fucking culture, dude. I see people sending me videos. I'm like, bro, that's the most basic fucking information ever. How is that viral? I've been saying that shit for over 10 years. I made a video about that 9 years ago. And that's blowing up as some new shit or, oh, man, that's so cool. Like, what? We're going backwards, dude. Does that mean I literally need to go back to fucking preschool type of shit? Right? Are we getting to the point now where tomorrow I go out and I say hello to somebody that's going to be offensive and I'm going to get fucking taken to jail because I didn't call them by the right pronoun, which is another fucking just mental illness. So sorry, your delusion of what you think, like it's one thing for you to view the world and yourself a certain way. Fair. But to now force the world to conform to your bullshit? Nope. I'm not going to change my world to help you with a little bubble that you like. Remember that old movie Bubble Boy? That's what it's becoming. Literally. I'm not going to fucking change my life and be forced to do something to make you feel better about yourself. Sorry. Grow the fuck up. How about that? Grow up. Right? Right? And then we get a comment. Am I complaining? See? You see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. I made it very clear in the beginning. You talk about it, it can never be talked about, these things. You're either complaining or this or that, right? So nobody ever fucking listens when we're talking about that mentality, right? So, in regards to that, what are some things that you need to fucking start doing? Okay, number one, you need to severely limit and focus what you're putting your attention on, what you're studying, and what you're doing every day to better yourself. Period. Right? Keep your head in the books. Keep your head on improving yourself. Stop fucking buying into all the bullshit and the culture and all the stuff that's nonsense. You can clearly see a lot of this stuff being pushed as bullshit. Say something about it, right? Even if you're not a fucking influencer, when you guys are, you know where this change? You know where this changes? You know where this changes? At the individual level, right? The everyday ground level conversational level. That's where it changes. That's where it changes, right? Everybody's so worried about the big picture. It changes at the individual level. That's where it changes, right? All this shit that's being pushed, right? That suddenly blew up and you're like, where the fuck did this come from? All this stuff got pushed at the local level. They would have little get-togethers, little rallies, right? They started putting people in power at the local level at all your cities and counties. They started pushing these narratives and this bullshit. And we just let it happen. We sit back and do nothing about it. That's why this shit happens. Right? You want to do something about it? Do it at the local level, at the individual level, at the conversational level, not sharing shit on social media or putting something on your profile. That's not what does it. Putting something on my profile, right, doesn't do anything. You need to do something, right? Because now you're given the solution. These are things you need to do because I've said this for years, long time. The individual improving, the individual becoming more intelligent, the individual becoming more resourceful, the individual acquiring more power is the one who eventually affects society and the world. If you would listen, Johnny, you would know that I'm not complaining, bro. It's the individual. Why do you think they keep trying to blur out the individual and push groups and agendas and labels to you? They've been doing this for a long time. It's not about think about when you guys were in school. You just wanted to be a part of the cool crew. You didn't want to be made fun of and all this other shit. You wanted to be a part of the clique. It wasn't about you. It was about the clique and the admiration of the group. It wasn't the individual. This has been pushed on you for a long time, from infancy. And it's affected us at the subconscious level. And it's literally become a part of your identity and your character. I just did a lecture for my team, an hour yesterday, where we go down, right? There's several layers and everybody deals with the top, right? Thoughts, ideas, actions, behaviors, and all that. But there's many levels and layers beneath that you need to deal with. Because I'm not concerned with the world as much. I might come on here every once in a while and, like people say, oh, he's yelling or he's passionate or complaining or whatever it is. It doesn't matter, right? That's what you see. You don't see what I'm actually doing every single day. You don't see how I impact individuals. You don't see how I impact my team or my coaching members or the people that I go speak to, because that's where the change happens. That's where the change happens. See, that's what you need to focus on. What are we doing that's incorrect? We're too caught up on social media, man. Right? Like, how do we know what's true, what's false, what's right, what's wrong? If I share a video, does that make it true? What if I was to stage a video, right? Something controversial. I bring my girlfriend in, right? Loida. Let's say I stage a video where I whoop her ass and it's fake. Guarantee you that would go viral. And now they're like, oh my God, men are so toxic and they're beating women. Does that mean that all of a sudden, right? Like, again, we won't share the positive interactions. All we do is share the negative ones and we blow it up. And what happens? Everybody's consciousness is full with, oh my God, it's all about this. This is what's happening in it, right? And what does it do? It keeps you in your emotions. It keeps you caught up in bullshit and you don't focus on what you need to change. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. Then we wonder why. And then what do? We perpetuate that by sharing the bullshit. By sharing the bullshit, right? So somebody said, how do you know what's right and what's wrong? Well, one, obviously, if you're a father or those of us who had parents and grandparents, we're supposed to initially be taught what is right and wrong. But there's a lot of things that innately we know, right? I'm not going to give you a laundry list, but we know, hey, most human beings, as an example, we don't feel good harming other human beings. We don't, unless we're in desperate situations. So innately, we know it's wrong to strike another individual unless you're defending yourself, hurting people, right? Killing someone. We would all generally agree that that stuff is bad, right? But generally speaking, the previous generation has to be teaching what's right and what's wrong. What happens now? Well, social media. Because of platforms like TikTok, you have fucking idiots who, again, we give attention to and we claim that they're a fucking guru. There's people who will say, because someone has more followers than me, that they're smarter than me, or what they say has more substance than me because they have more followers. I'm like, you have to be a fucking idiot to say that. Like, are you kidding me? You really think that? I'm not saying you guys here watching live, but people actually think that. That's how deluded we are as a fucking society. We think followers, the number of likes and comments and engagements equals your validity on a particular subject, right? Because people send me the video sometimes of like some raggedy person, man or woman, both, giving dating advice. I'm like, this motherfucker has been alone, him or her, for fucking 10 years, and you're taking fucking dating advice from them or financial advice or anything. Look at them. Really? Just absolute fucking insanity, dude. Then we wonder why there's a problem. Anyways, I don't want to go on too long. Appreciate you guys listening to this episode. We'll continue this. Every once in a while, I have to do this. Otherwise, it's just like, this stuff is crazy. All right. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.